Around the Ozarks is now on your FM radio. Listen to Around the Ozarks mornings with Grace Gooley as I spotlight local people, stories, and podcasts, all while playing the country legends of the 90s and the hit makers of the 2000s. It's on the Ozarks' best country, 105.1 The Bull. It's time for Around the Ozarks News, brought to you by the Springfield Greene County Park Board, Thompson Sales, Advanced Car Care Center, Smouse Brothers Foundation Repair, United Plumbing, and Anchor Point Roofing and Siding. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Forhetz.
Hey there, good morning to you. Happy Monday. Back to the work week we go. Hope you had a fantastic weekend, and we're going to tell you about some news from around the Ozarks.
All right. An internationally wanted drug cartel member was arrested in the Ozarks. Carroll County, Arkansas authorities say the wanted man is now in federal custody after a traffic stop in northwest Arkansas. He was pulled over on Highway 62 East for speeding and had no identification, no valid ID. The investigators identified him as a fugitive wanted by international law enforcement.
Wow.
The other people in the car were released.
Wow, that sounds, when international looking for you, that's a big deal.
Drug cartel member 101, I suppose.
Yeah. Okay.
Willard police will not renew the city's contract with Flock Camera. We've been telling you all about this. This follows months of concerns from people about the cost and the privacy implications of the camera system. The police chief, Tom McLean, says the department recognizes the technology can help with investigations, but community trust, he says, also must be considered. The current contract is set to expire in October. There's been a lot of local opposition there and elsewhere, including questions about how information is collected and shared and stored from Flock. The chief says resident feedback played a significant role in the decision not to continue the program.
Yeah, I think that seems like the way things are going. That's becoming the norm, where they started out and then maybe don't continue the relationship until there are some changes made or everybody knows where the data is going and who has access to it.
Okay.
The Missouri Supreme Court will hear appeals involving two proposed November ballot measures that have right now been blocked by state officials in lower courts. One case involves an effort to put Missouri's redrawn congressional districts to a statewide referendum, while the other concerns Amendment 6 and proposed changes to initiative petition protections. The court has scheduled oral arguments for September 2nd, coming up soon, as part of an expedited review. The deadline for changes to Missouri's November ballot is September 8th, so time is of the essence, and the Supreme Court is certainly aware of that, so they're going to hear the arguments early and make a decision, sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
Missouri's new law allowing some rural highways to have speed limits up to 75 miles an hour takes effect this coming Friday. But don't think that you can drive that fast immediately. The speed limits won't change immediately. The state is actually still reviewing which roads could qualify. The highway department is considering traffic and truck volumes as one of the things they're looking at. Crash history as well, terrain, of course, hills, curves, road design, and speed limits in neighboring states. This is all going into it. MoDOT expects to complete the review by the end of the year. So for now, drivers are being reminded to follow the current speed limits, not what you hope they will be, which is, I got to remember that. And obviously in work zones, the speed limits will drop substantially.
Yes. Major new development is taking shape in Ozark, right behind James River Church to the east off Farmers Branch Road.
Yeah.
Officials have now broken ground on Marabella. It's 229-acre mixed-use project expected to take 4 or 5 years to complete. Plans call for more than 500 single-family lots, additional housing options, trails, pickleball courts, playgrounds, a large pool, clubhouse, and splash pad. The project will be built in 18 phases, with developers emphasizing some green space and what they call a careful long-term approach. It's unclear what kind of infrastructure changes the city of Ozark might make to the roads to and from that big development, because Farmers Branch Road is currently just 2 lanes head-to-head traffic.
Man, that's something I hope they get ahead of, because they didn't get ahead of it with the big development that went over where the old airport used to be on the other side
22nd.
of the other side of the highway, CC, and now that intersection. I mean, they have a plan to add a lane there, but it's just so difficult to move around there. Everybody coming to get on to 65 to go to work in the morning, going home at night. So, I mean, I see the same happening at CC and Farmers Branch, and then up at Evans Road as well, where it's just going to be galore. So hopefully the city of Ozark is trying to figure that out and planning on it currently.
Yes. The Board of Public Utilities has approved City Utilities of Springfield's fiscal budget for 2027 with expenditures of $874 million. The plan includes money for operations, fuel, and capital projects, with CU saying a major priority is replacing aging infrastructure and maintaining reliable service, or to maintain reliable service. CU is also asking City Council to approve another rate increase that would cost the average customer about $3.25 more per month and generate about $16.8 million a year. The budget gets its first reading before City Council on September 8th, with possible final approval set for September 21st.
Okay. Well, it's back to school time in Springfield and really all around the Ozarks. We know in Springfield, students return to class tomorrow at public schools for the start of the 26-27 school year. Springfield Public Schools has been preparing teachers and families for the new year, welcoming 200 new teachers this year to the district. That's a lot of new teachers. So they've been going through whatever reps they go through to get ready for all the kids showing up in class. And of course, with students heading back, drivers should expect more traffic around school zones, especially careful around school buses, crosswalks, children walking to class. So we have to get back in the habit of that. And, police will be out looking for people not obeying the law in those areas. And you want to be aware for numerous reasons. And today, speaking of Ozark, we were down there a little bit ago, and today is moving day for a landmark down in Ozark, the Frisco Railway caboose that has been on display there at the Findlay River since 1983 will be moved to higher ground after years of exposure to floodwater. Whenever that park floods, it floods. So the rail car is going to be loaded up onto a large flatbed this morning and then transported out to the OC Community Center. And I was just there yesterday, and I saw the platform on which it will sit right out by 14. So it's going to be right out there by, is that Jackson Street? Same thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right out there. And they chose that location. I think a couple of reasons. More people will see it there. It's a major thoroughfare. It's also right next to the Chadwick Flyer Trail in Ozark, which has been completed just recently with the overpass over 65. The city is going to paint and refurbish a little bit the caboose to make it look nice, and then everybody will be happy.
Awesome. That's cool. I love the caboose. I remember taking pictures on it one time with the kids.
We did. We took family pictures out there when our kids were super low. I think Caroline was the only one we had because she was just
she
a
might have
toddler,
been.
right?
Yeah.
I think she was she was the focus.
Yeah.
She was on the caboose.
Chipotle, a fan favorite over here in our household, is continuing to expand in Springfield with a 4th location now under construction on North Kansas Expressway. The new restaurant being built on the former site of a Golden Corral that closed back in 2024. On Kansas Expressway, there was a Golden Corral?
I can't imagine it didn't do well enough to stay open based on the one in South Glenstone.
I can't place that.
They're killing it down there.
Yeah. The one on Glenstone's always busy.
Always.
It's always busy. Yeah.
I mean, it's unbelievable.
The new Chipotle at the former Golden Corral will open later this year. They already have 3 other restaurants in Springfield, and they are always busy.
I'm still hoping for and rooting for, when it comes to this type of food, a Cafe Rio, because if you've ever been to a cafe, it's out west a lot. We get to go to them out there. But man, it is so good. The meat has such great flavor at Cafe Rio, and I think that's the difference.
Yeah, it is good. I like Cafe Rio. I like Chipotle too, but yes, and Qdoba. I think I just like that kind of restaurant apparently.
Yeah, I like them all, but man, Cafe Rio is a different level.
Yeah. The Coffee Ethic has opened a second location in Springfield, this one inside Heights House on the Missouri State University campus. So that's exciting for the students. The new location replaces the former 1905 market and is designed more as a coffee shop with a small market rather than a full service restaurant. Heights House opened in 2022 and houses more than 400 students.
Okay. Sorry, I got behind. The Kansas City Chiefs, many of you saw that game. Over the weekend, they fell to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 16-15. Saturday night, dropping Kansas City to 0-2 in the preseason. Doesn't matter all that much, but you still don't like to lose. The Chiefs led 9-0 at halftime and then blew it. Harrison Butker was 3 for 4 on field goal attempts, including a 69-yarder. But missed a 43-yard kick that would have won the game. So he nailed the big one, but didn't when it really, really mattered. The Chiefs close out the preseason Friday night at Arrowhead against the Seattle Seahawks. Kickoff is set for 7 p.m. And if there's pro football, college football is right around the corner. That season is starting soon. Missouri State putting the final touches on the preseason camp as they prepare for their second season up at the FBS level in Conference USA. The Bears have several players receiving preseason Conference USA recognition. That's always nice. They will open the season officially September 5th at number 8 Texas A&M. So, Godspeed. The University of Missouri, meanwhile, has also wrapped up fall camp. The Tigers using scrimmages and position competition to get ready for the season. They opened the season September 3rd at home against Arkansas Pine Bluff. And then down in Arkansas, in Fayetteville, new Arkansas head coach Ryan Silverfield is preparing for his first season with the Razorbacks. They will open on September 5th, also at home against North Alabama. So Saturdays and Sundays are going to get exciting here very soon. I've been lamenting sports on TV since the end of the World Cup because I was so into that. I enjoyed that so much. And the Premier League started Saturday and on Sunday. So I got to watch some of those games, but it'll be nice to have football back. And of course that means fall is around the corner. And actually I called yesterday morning before church. We were up early and I made Sarah go outside and feel it. It was, I would dare to say there was a chill in the air.
Ethan was like, go outside, go look, go.
And I don't like it.
Go. And I was like, is there a bear? What is it exactly? And I walked outside and I didn't know exactly what I was looking at. And then I was like, yeah, he is lamenting the cold because it was
cold.
Like, yeah.
It was cold.
I mean,
outside.
It was probably 75, but yes.
Well, that's cold.
Yes. By the way, speaking of World Cup, show them your shirt. What shirt do you have on right now?
This is a World Cup shirt you got me.
Do you remember where I got it? Qatar. That's from Qatar. That's what we call it. We call it Qatar. Qatar. That was in Doha. And I flew through there while the World Cup was going on. And the boy and I went out and about. When was that? Would that be 4 years ago? No, it was like 2 years ago. Right?
It was 4 years ago.
4 years ago? Is it only every 4 years? Yeah. 4 years ago. We went out and about into Doha and it was amazing. There were soccer balls from every country of the world decorated like their flag. Amazing. It was very cool. Anyway.
Yeah, that was 4 years ago because we just had the World Cup again here in the States.
So, what are the odds of that? We got to see some of the action, Griffin and I, in a foreign country, but not when it was in Kansas City. That's what ticket prices will do to you.
Yeah, it was outrageous for the World Cup. All right. So I don't know if it's probably cold out this morning too. So check with Abby Dyer's Wake Up Weather and have yourself
very relative term, as it turns out in this house.
Well, so, I might have to turn on my seat warmers, and to do that in August is really something.
Right. All right. Have a great day. School starts tomorrow, so enjoy the day. See ya.
It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, sponsored by Command Family Medicine, Whole Hog Cafe, Taylor Grubauer Chevrolet, and Godfather's Pizza. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everybody. Conditions across the Ozarks this morning are unsettled. Many of you had rain and storms first thing this morning. It might have been an early wake-up call for many of you across the Ozarks, and there is still some rain ongoing on the radar this morning. So that's the message to you. Grab the rain gear as you're heading out on this Monday. We're in back to school routines, a lot of stuff happening across the Ozarks, and we're dealing with some rain on the radar this morning. It is scattered in nature, so it's not raining everywhere, but where it is, there are some heavy downpours coming down. I expect that we see opportunities for some heavy rain as well as some thunderstorms on the strong side as we head through much of the morning drive time. Keep that in mind as you're heading out. There will be some scattered showers and storms capable of producing some severe weather in the form of very heavy rainfall, causing limited flash flooding impacts for low-lying areas especially, maybe some gusty winds and some hail reported in a few of these storms as well. So it is a busy start to Monday, but the good news is that temperatures look pretty nice as we head into the new week. Numbers this morning are in the 60s. It's unsettled across much of the Midwest and the plains. In fact, a widespread portion of the country is experiencing some severe weather across the region today. I have locally heavy downpours. As I mentioned, the impact there could be for some flash flooding as some areas receive more than 2 inches of rainfall in these pockets of very heavy downpours. Morning temperatures will be in the middle 60s, and then highs today will be in the middle 80s. So cooler today. It was so nice across the area yesterday with temperatures really not so bad. Highs in the 80s and comfortable enough to get outdoors and enjoy the Ozarks as you head into the new week. This week, I have temperatures that are on the rise again, but it's nothing too oppressive. Highs will return to near 90 degrees starting tomorrow, lasting through Wednesday, Thursday, and I see no real signal that this is going to change much soon. We'll have temperatures back to near 90 for a stretch of days this week, and temperatures are going to feel warm, but it's still August, so that's not unprecedented for this time of the year. The key message to you with these storms that may linger this morning are that some of the storms may be strong to severe. Damaging winds and hail to the size of quarters will be possible, as well as heavy rainfall that leads to localized flooding. So please, if you run into any of that, make sure you just find another way around. Any amount of water over the road, just turn around, find another way. Around the country, we've got breaking temperature records in much of the south central U.S. It has just been blazing hot for much of the southern portion of the country. We also have flash flooding possible. Rockies, the plains, and the upper Midwest today. We're getting in on a chance for that here in the Ozarks this morning as well. Lingering showers are going to be in the forecast today for the upper Great Lakes and lower New England. It was unsettled there yesterday, and lingering showers will persist in much of the northeastern portion of the country as we head into today. All right, it's time for that Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister trivia question for the day. And the question that I left you with on Friday was this: why do we call frozen raindrops, or what do we call frozen raindrops that fall from the sky? And the options were A, sleet, B, hail, C, snow, or D, frost. This one's a little bit of a tricky question. It may seem obvious to you, but when you think about how all of these various types of precip actually form, there is some nuance to it, and the correct answer here is B, hail. The hailstones actually form way up in the cloud, so they actually fall to the ground as those frozen balls of ice. All right, here's your next chance to win. Why is late July and August typically the hottest part of the summer in the Northern Hemisphere, even though the longest day of the year, the summer solstice, happens in June? Do you think that is because A, the jet stream moves farther north, B, the atmosphere loses heat faster than it absorbs it, C, the Earth's oceans and land masses absorb heat slowly, or D, the planet moves physically closer to the sun in August? What do you think the reason is? How come we suffer through these hottest months of the year in late July and August when really the longest days of the year when we get the most sunlight are in June? It's a thinker. Let me know if you have a guess. You can do that at the website. It's aroundtheozarks.com. Thank you so much for listening this morning, and a big shout out to our sponsors, Command Family Medicine, Whole Hog Cafe, Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet, and Godfather's Pizza. Have a great one. I will be back to chat with you first thing early tomorrow.